In a neglected corner of Los Angeles, where public housing and crowded streets paint a tough reality, lived 8-year-old Malik Johnson. The locals called the place the American Favela, a world full of challenges, but also brimming with the dreams and resilience of its people. For Malik, dancing wasn't just entertainment. It was a way to escape, to express hope, and to carve out a piece of joy amid the hardship. Music was everywhere in Malik's world. His building shook with bass on weekends, older kids blasted hip-hop from Bluetooth speakers, and even the ice cream truck played classic beats. Malik's mother, Simone, worked 2 jobs and raised him alone after his father's passing. Despite her exhaustion, she always encouraged her son's love for movement and rhythm. Malik discovered breakdancing by watching YouTube on a borrowed phone. The moves captivated him, the windmills, the freezes, the intricate footwork. Every afternoon after homework, he would drag a piece of cardboard onto the courtyard and practice until sunset, often drawing a small crowd of neighborhood kids who cheered him on. School was a challenge. Teachers were overwhelmed, supplies were scarce, and Malik sometimes felt invisible in the chaos. But at home, when the music came on, he transformed. Shy and quiet in class, he became a star in front of his own imaginary audience. One Saturday, Malik's friend Jaden filmed him dancing to a Snoop Dogg song. Beautiful. Malik spun, flipped, and finished with a signature pose. Jaden uploaded the clip to TikTok, tagging it, "From the favela to Snoop Dogg, watch my boy shine." Neither expected much, but by evening the video began to spread. Hundreds of likes became thousands overnight. Comments poured in. "This kid is amazing. Tag Snoop. Give him a chance." Malik didn't fully understand what was happening. He kept dancing, as always, happy just to have an audience, even if it was through a cracked phone screen. The next morning, Simone awoke to her phone buzzing non-stop. Messages from friends, teachers, even strangers congratulated her on Malik's video. "He's going viral," someone wrote. She didn't know what that meant, but she saw the joy on her son's face and knew it was something good. At school, Malik was suddenly a celebrity. Kids crowded around, watching his dance over and over. Even the principal called him to the office, just to shake his hand and say, "Keep going. You make us proud." Jaden refreshed TikTok constantly, watching the view count rocket higher. And then, the unthinkable happened. Snoop Dogg himself commented on the video. "This lil homie got moves. Somebody tell me where he at. Time to bless the future." When Malik saw the comment, he couldn't believe it. He ran through the halls, shouting, "Snoop saw me! Snoop saw me!" The whole building buzzed with pride. That evening, Snoop's team reached out. "We want to talk to Malik and his mom. Snoop's planning something special." Simone could hardly breathe. She hugged her son tight and whispered, "You did this. You made your dream reach the world." Malik didn't sleep much that night. He lay awake listening to music, imagining what might happen next, heart pounding with excitement and nerves. He never thought a piece of cardboard and a borrowed phone could take him this far, but the world was watching, and for the first time, Malik truly believed anything was possible. News of Malik's dance traveled fast, faster than anyone in the neighborhood could keep up. TV crews arrived at the housing complex, filming the exact courtyard where Malik practiced every afternoon. Neighbors peeked out of windows, waving shyly at the cameras. Journalists interviewed Simone and Malik on their front steps. "How does it feel to be famous?" they asked. Malik shrugged, smiling. "I just like to dance." Simone squeezed his shoulder, pride shining in her tired eyes. Snoop Dogg shared Malik's video on Instagram with the caption, "This is why I do what I do. Real talent, real heart. Wait for it, world." Overnight, the post racked up millions of likes and thousands of shares. Celebrities, athletes, and musicians sent words of encouragement. Malik's school held an assembly in his honor. Teachers played the video on a projector, while classmates clapped and cheered. For the first time, Malik felt truly seen, not just as a kid from the projects, but as someone special. Even local politicians took notice. The city council sent a congratulatory letter, promising to fund after-school arts programs in Malik's neighborhood. "You inspired us to invest in your dreams," the letter read. Simone wiped away tears when she read it aloud to Malik. Through it all, Malik kept dancing. He never let fame distract him from the joy of movement. Every evening, he went back to the courtyard, cardboard in hand, dancing as the sun set behind the tall, battered buildings. Snoop's team kept in touch, dropping hints about a big surprise. They sent Malik new sneakers, headphones, and a care package full of music gear. Malik danced harder, dreaming about what might be next. TV producers invited Malik and Simone to appear on talk shows. Simone hesitated, worried about attention, but agreed when she saw how much it meant to her son. Malik, shy at first, lit up whenever he was asked to show his moves. On one show, the host played Snoop's video message. "Malik, you got the whole world rooting for you. Keep shining, little king." Malik's eyes widened and he grinned ear to ear. Fans from around the world sent letters, drawings, and even small donations. Simone set aside the money for Malik's education, promising him, "Whatever happens, we'll keep chasing your dreams." Malik's story inspired other kids in the neighborhood. Suddenly, the courtyard was packed every evening with young dancers, singers, and artists, all believing that their voices mattered too. The community felt a shift. People who had felt invisible for years were now part of something bigger, something that reached beyond their block, beyond their city, even beyond the country. Malik's friends cheered louder, his teachers smiled wider, and his mother held her head higher. Hope grew, as real as the beat pulsing through the old Bluetooth speaker. The world waited to see what Snoop Dogg would do next, and so did Malik, dreaming, hoping, ready for whatever surprise his hero was about to unveil. 2 weeks later, the courtyard was busier than ever. A shiny black SUV pulled up, cameras following as Snoop Dogg himself stepped out, surrounded by his crew and a few local news reporters. The block erupted in cheers, neighbors spilling into the street to get a glimpse of the icon. Snoop spotted Malik in the crowd and walked straight toward him, arms open. "There he is, the man of the hour!" Malik grinned, running to meet his hero. Snoop knelt down, giving him a bear hug that seemed to last forever. Simone wiped her eyes, hardly believing what she was seeing. Snoop shook her hand, then turned back to Malik. "You ready for your surprise, young king?" he asked with a twinkle in his eye. Snoop led Malik to the center of the courtyard. A film crew rolled out a portable dance floor while local DJs set up speakers. Suddenly, banners dropped from the surrounding balconies. Malik's Dance Jam, presented by Snoop Dogg. Malik's jaw dropped as Snoop handed him a brand new boombox, customized with graffiti art and Malik's name. "You inspired millions, nephew. Now let's throw a party for the whole world," Snoop announced. With the music pumping, Snoop called for everyone to join in. Kids, teens, parents, even grandparents poured into the courtyard, dancing, laughing, and celebrating. For hours, the neighborhood became a stage, united by rhythm and hope. Snoop jumped in to dance with Malik, showing off a few old-school moves and letting Malik teach him some new tricks. Cameras captured every joyful moment, broadcasting it live across social media and TV. Between songs, Snoop spoke to the crowd. "This ain't just about dance. It's about believing in our kids, investing in their talent, and lifting up every community, no matter where it is." The crowd roared in agreement. Malik's principal presented him with a scholarship to a local arts academy, funded by donations that poured in after his story went viral. "You changed more than your own life, Malik," she said. "You changed ours too." Snoop then made a special announcement. He was starting a permanent arts program in Malik's neighborhood. "We got dance, music, art, and mentorship, all for free," he promised. The courtyard erupted with cheers and tears. As the sun set, Snoop and Malik performed one last dance together, a duet watched by millions around the world. The neighborhood glowed, for once not from city lights, but from hope and pride. When the cameras turned off, Snoop knelt down and whispered, "You're a star, Malik. Never forget where you came from, but never stop reaching higher." Malik hugged him tight, feeling stronger than ever before. The music faded, but the joy lingered long after everyone went home. By the next morning, the world was talking about the dance kid from the favela, and how a community's spirit, with just a little faith, can move the world. Malik's story didn't end with one magical party. It sparked a movement. Dance classes sprang up in other neighborhoods, inspired by his courage. Local artists volunteered to teach, sharing their own dreams with the next generation. The new arts program flourished. Kids who once wandered the streets after school now had a place to go, mentors to encourage them, and dreams to chase. Malik helped lead classes, teaching younger children the moves that had made him famous. Simone was offered a job coordinating the community center, a lifeline for her family. With steady work and new friends, she began to dream again, not just for Malik, but for herself. Snoop Dogg kept in touch, visiting the neighborhood whenever he was in town. He featured Malik in a music video, showing the world that stars can come from anywhere, even the toughest blocks. Malik's scholarship opened doors to bigger stages. He performed at city festivals, danced on TV, and even traveled to other states, always returning home to share what he'd learned. Media outlets continued to follow his journey. Documentaries were made, capturing the story of a boy, a dance, and the community that stood behind him. Malik always credited his neighborhood, saying, "I dance for all of us. When I move, I carry everyone with me." The courtyard became a symbol of hope. A mural of Malik and Snoop dancing together was painted on the wall, with the words, "From the Favela, for the world." Tourists visited just to see where the magic started. Malik's friends also found new confidence. Some became artists, others musicians, and many simply found a place where they belonged. The sense of community was stronger than ever. When Snoop received a humanitarian award, he dedicated it to Malik and kids like him everywhere. "Never let anyone tell you where you're from limits where you can go," he said, his words echoing far beyond the ceremony. As years passed, Malik grew, not just as a dancer, but as a mentor, a leader, and a symbol of what's possible when faith, talent, and community come together. Simone looked back on those days with gratitude. All it took was one dance, one video, one chance. "Now everything's changed," she often said. Malik, for his part, remained humble. Whenever asked about fame, he replied, "I just wanted to dance. The rest was a blessing." The beat that started in a forgotten courtyard moved the world, and somewhere, every night, Malik still danced, feet gliding, heart full, dreaming new dreams, knowing anything was possible.